Mile high salute, mile high salute, mile high salute. I hope everybody's blessed on this beautiful Tuesday. Take some anger out in a session at the gym, bro. I don't have a job currently. So check it out, family. Check it out to everybody out there, right? I got let go yesterday from my job because I was on the beautiful aspect of the community and I was doing my live stream at work. Somebody told on me at work and they brought me in the office, bro. And they said, "This is top secret. You're not allowed to live stream up here." So I'm laughing at the situation because I'm like, bro, out of everything that occurs, right? Crazy, going wild in the warehouse, bro. You mad at me because I'm talking to my community at work when there's nothing going on at work. So if you guys go back to last Friday, I did a live stream, right? And I'm telling the community on a Good Friday, like, hey, I hope you guys are doing good today, man. It's Friday, good Friday vibes. There ain't nothing going on at my job. They have me doing the most boring activities that you could do at a job. I'm sorting freaking keys, bro, right? And this is, I guess, top area 51. That's how they got mad because I was doing a live in the warehouse when I was doing the most boring job you could do at a warehouse. I'm like, damn. So they pulled me into the office yesterday and they start talking to me like I'm a little ass kid, right? Telling me that they can't have that and this. So as soon as I start talking up for myself and I'm like, bro, you gonna come at me with people in your warehouse that do crazy stuff all day and you gonna come at the Savage Sev, bro, talking about we can't have you doing this. You got to sign paper. And because I talk up and speak for myself and get a little aggravated and get a little mad, bro, I'm actually refreshed that I don't have to go to an environment like that. Because them environments, like that environment that I was working at, bro, if you didn't do exactly what they're saying, you're not just a yes man, bro, they cry. These are grown men that will cry, homie. Like, I never seen a bunch of men that cry so much, bro. They cry about short orders. They cry about every next day. And it's like, damn, bro, are you guys ever happy? Are you ever happy? Like, for me, I can't work in environments like that, bro. I used to work at, like, multiple places, like warehouses, right? And I've been to a place where it was actually important. I'm saying, like, the stuff that they did for construction sites with panels and pallets and stuff, that shit was important. And these fools didn't even cry as much as this place I was working for. They never were happy, bro. And it's such a refreshing aspect. I don't gotta go deal with that shit because you gotta know what you worth. You gotta know your self-worth, bro. You can't just be in an environment, homie, where every man is built off of estrogen. Every single dude in there felt like their estrogen levels were through the roof. They didn't have no love for their warehouse workers whatsoever. It was all about numbers. And this is the thing, you could get numbers over. You can get numbers. Like, there's a little dude over there and he gets numbers every week. And the first thing they're going to do is cry about if he don't get that amount of numbers. That's why I told the little dude, I'm like, hey, bro, don't feed into the number game, because even if you do that for them, them fools are going to cry the very next week when you don't get them numbers. So if you show your hand, they're going to actually make you live up to them expectations. And I'm like, damn, dude, I just don't understand. Sometimes I don't even understand how some people are, bro. You know, I watched over a period of time how shit was just like every day they would complain about something in the meetings, bro. You could be like the second in the whole United States of America, bro, in their industry, right? Second in all their warehouses, bro. Check, 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 check. Y'all still there? Y'all still there? My bad. I didn't even actually mean that. My phone went dead at the wrong time. I had to go get me a drink too, a little energy drink. Let's put this right here, man. Let's indulge in the morning time, man. Let's see real quick. What's going on with this, bro? I'm gonna start this over real quick, man. Yo, y'all still there? Let's see if maybe it's not like that. Damn. Okay. Let's see if we can get back to it. Mile high salute. So back to what I was saying, bro. There's a lot of aspect of refreshments, bro. Like I'm refreshed with some brand new air, homie. Yes. Working and I was working over there for a little minute, you know. So it's gonna be damn, dude. Y'all there? Check. Mile high salute. I'm about to hit this young gym. Let me see if this is on, because I don't even know. This don't say it's connected or anything. I got to go get a new phone too. So this is the thing is, man, so for the homies that say, you know, you don't put enough work in, bro, I literally got let go really for being on YouTube. Chopping it up with the community, box stay business, bro. They let your boy Savage go from the job site, homie. And it's not a funny matter, but the way, bro, hey, Ben, homie, chopping it up with the homies last Friday, bro, higher ups that I'm doing a live, homie, when I didn't even have there was not really any work going on. I'm doing keys. I'm literally just separating keys. And I got the job done, and somebody came up and told on your boy. They went and told, hey, Savage is over here doing a live. So they didn't tell me nothing all Friday, right? They let me work all yesterday, all the way up to lunch, bro. They let me work. They didn't call me in first thing in the morning, and they called me into the office with the higher ups. And they start talking to me like I'm a little ass kid, telling me what I did wrong, bro. Like sitting me in front of all the higher up, the biggest boss that's up there. He's in there. Like, this is how you know it's that serious. Yeah, it was a white dude. It was a white dude, but the other dude's Mexicano, homie, and the other dude is like Mexican and white. But they start lecturing me about the YouTube channel, talking about they said, hey, you messed up our trust, pretty much. This is a top secret warehouse where we distribute keys and lock for locksmiths. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, is this Area 51, bro? Are we at Area 51? You're not supposed to show the product? Like, so I start talking up for myself, homie. They don't like my demeanor. But first and foremost, yeah, it was top secret, bro. Like, we're in a warehouse full of top secret stuff. So I guess showing the back door of the warehouse, it got them in an uproar, homie, and they had to let the Savage go. And I straight told him, I'm thinking to myself, like, bro, this is what you're crying about. This is the shit that you're crying about. When reality is, homie, if you look at the charts and the numbers that they have, bro, the place I was working for, they're second in their whole career and the stuff that they do. They're second in the warehouses because they got multiple warehouses in the different cities and states, and they come second in it. Like, so we're doing the work, right? We're doing the work. We're getting the product out there, and they're still second amongst all the warehouses, bro. They get their bonuses. I've been over there and they got their bonuses off of our work. And they're complaining about me doing a live when there's nothing else really going on. There was not even too many orders. It wasn't even going on. It was not even turned up like that. I'm like, this is what you're crying about out of everything, but I get it. They want the control. You know, it's so controlled in there. And this is why I say, yes, I lost my job. They probably thought you were making the company look bad, showing all the mess ups. Real talk. Hey, nah, that might be the case though, my homie Ben, because there was some defected ass keys. So they might be like, hey, he's showing some shit that we ain't supposed to let get out to the public. So my thing is this, bro. Yes, I lost my job, but God always provides immediately, homie. Immediately. That's why, like, I'm not really tripping because regardless, homie, I can get work. Just off of my work ethic alone, just how strong I am, bro, I can get work anywhere, homie. And I already have the aspect to get jobs. You know, I got homies that got their own businesses and shit. So the fucked up part about it is, bro, I have to go renew my ID. So I'm in the process of doing that, but I already have work lined up. So I'm not tripping off of that. If it was on some petty shit like them, I'd call the police and say they disturb drugs. Bro, but check this out though, Rodders. You ain't even gonna believe this, right? So no matter how much work you put in for these people, and let me stress this. I mean, I go to work like I'm on my feet 24/7 over there, right? I'm doing orders, bro. Like I don't take breaks. Like we don't get breaks really over there. We do, but it's like go back to work. Go back to work. Like it's all about your orders, homie, right? All day, bro. They don't care about your mental. They don't care about your physical health. They just care about some damn lines, right? And in the aspect of them caring about these lines, they don't want you to talk to your coworkers, anything to your other coworkers because it messes up the flow of things. I'm like, homie, so you want us to go into this toxic ass environment and not talk to our coworkers? That's what makes the community go, is when you have a good relationship with all your coworkers. They want you to just look down, bro. That's what they wanted us to do, is look down and just be like this, bro, all day. We better get these orders out. That's what they wanted us to do, bro. And me, I can't do that, homie. I can't just be mad all day and see my coworker and not say hello. And another thing is too, this is really crazy. Like the homies shooting the shit. I felt like this was worse than a prison atmosphere, homie. That's how I felt. Prison work areas were better than this job right here, because it's like, damn, fool, we're in a concentration camp. You want us just to be mad, homie. You don't want me to talk about anything. So me and the homie, we talk. They got mad about that. They didn't want us to talk about sports. But you can't keep the Mile High City down. You can't keep two sports fanatics down. And I'm thinking to myself, homie, why do you guys ain't even back here ever? You ain't even back in the warehouse ever. Why do you think you should be able to come back here? And when you come back here, you bring all the toxic environment from the higher ups in the upfront. I'm like, dude, stay your ass in front, and you stay your ass in the office. Don't come try to tell us what we doing wrong. We know what we do wrong. We know what we do right. We're in these trenches, bro. Y'all the outsiders, y'all the sideliners. We're in the trenches all day, getting you your orders, getting you your product out on time at 6, right? For the last month, we've been actually doing pretty decent, I gotta say, because before we were staying extra hours to try to get these orders out. I would leave that place every single day, people, no cap. So mentally stressed out. Like my mental was being affected by going to this toxic ass environment, bro. I would be stressed out. Like I would be mad, homie, where I literally could just slap up somebody, right? People would always think that I was just aggressive as it was. I would leave this place so stressed out at times, because not only are they disorganized with the orders, you have to be on top of your game trying to find this product that's not even in the warehouse. And you would be running around trying to helped this company out that don't give a fuck about you, really. They did not care whatsoever about your well-being. They didn't care about your mental. They didn't care how stressed out. They didn't care about your outside problems if you were going to go homeless, right? And they would bring this aura, bro, this vibe in the warehouse where it's like, bro, y'all need to go do some legs or something, bro, because y'all is too emotionally sensitive. Y'all mad at some dudes for talking some sports. You guys are mad at us laughing in life. Y'all are the type that are mad because you got some people that are putting in work in this warehouse and they're happy. You mad that they're happy. What kind of shit is that? Damn, I can't even be happy in life. What did your coworkers think when you left? Wow, this is the thing is, bro, see, they can hold this shit over a lot of people's head, homie. They can hold it over people's head, right? You can't just talk to me anyway. I don't care if you're the boss or not. I don't care if you're the boss. I don't care if you're the CEO of a company, homie. You're not just going to talk to me like I'm a little ass kid. So when I talk up, and this is another South, bro, they don't like that shit. When you talk up for the community, they don't like that shit. They get all mad and stressed out because you're talking up for the community and the people over there, right? So when I talked up for myself and I got a little razzle dazzled, I'm telling them like, homie, I don't care. Let me go back to work. I do not care about what you're saying. But when I was saying this to them, I'm like, you're mad at me for doing a live on downtime when we didn't really have nothing going on. I'm literally sorting dumbass keys. And you got people in the warehouse that you guys watch on a regular because you guys are always watching, and they're doing the most. I mean, people are on phones, people are doing this, and you're mad at me, a worker that comes and can do triple times what other people do physically, bro. You're mad at me. This is what you're crying about. They didn't like that. They didn't like that I brought up a scenario at a meeting about, I did all kinds of work, homie. You guys tell me what you think about this. I did all kinds of work, right? And it took me so much hours to get this work done, homie. And then when I go up to go get the lines out, their whole system glitches. And when it glitches, bro, you're not going to get credit for that. So how many freaking hours it took you to do. They just like, oh, it happens. Instead of like feeling what you're mad about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, bro, you're only happy when it benefits you. And that means the money coming in. That's it. You could care less about what your workers are doing for you. You could care less about them staying over, and every single worker in that place is stressed out. Every single worker in that place is stressed out. There's not one worker that don't come to the warehouse talking about how stressed out they are. You got pregnant women in there talking about how stressed that, honestly, to be truthful, yes, it's a big thing. I got let go, homie. And it was over YouTube. It was doing this right here, but I was inventing on that one. I was actually having a good day. They let you go today. Yeah, Mikey, they let me go, Rada. They let me go. They said, you're released. You're getting your MRD. You're getting your MRD papers, bro. Shout out to C4. I'm about to go get some money in the gym. See, this is what I love, homie. I'm out this because I love coming to the gym. I don't got to be at a dusty ass fucking warehouse doing some orders and doing this and that and doing that and this. That is a BS excuse if it happens. Like, what the fuck? Now, check this out, man. YouTube got me fired, man. But it is what it is, bro. Shout out to the community. Shout out to all the homies, man. Shout out to all the writers on here, right? This is why I was saying yesterday, bro, and I couldn't even talk because I was just like dealing with, stop working for people, bro. Because in this job market, homie, they only are happy when it benefits them something. They're only happy when it benefits them something. They're not happy for anything else unless you're the higher ups. They feel like they can replace you. But this is the crazy part about this company. Sometimes they be so overwhelmed with the load of like product and orders and different things. Homie, with a full staff, we were still having situations with it being overstaffed and overloaded with product trying to go out. Sometimes, bro, we would have orders and people will be running around that place with their heads cut off. with their heads cut off, my homies, including me. So I don't know how they're gonna actually, and they'll get a person over there, but we had a good crew finally. They let me go. Now they're back to square one looking for new. They're gonna be, because it took a whole team to actually start to get to where we were, right? They're gonna be back to square one, trying to actually get orders out on time and get product out on time. So it's just like a revolving door, homie. They, instead of trying to make it happen and seeing that you have to like kind of understand the people that work for you, instead of like understanding somebody being frustrated and say, hey, you crossed the line, because that's what they told me. You crossed the line. Instead of just saying, hey, you got to go, maybe you should talk to your workers and try to understand why they're frustrated. Try to understand that sometimes they feel like they're overworked and they're not appreciated, because that's how it felt all the time over there, bro. It didn't matter how much you broke your back for these dudes, bro. They don't appreciate their workers. They don't appreciate it. It's like, damn, homie, we got you a bonus, right? And the next thing the next week you're talking about we just got you a fucking bonus, bro. And the next week you're crying about us laughing in the warehouse and talking amongst each other. Stop that shit. Quit the games. You're not ever gonna get me to shut up when I actually put in work, homie. I didn't even work regular hours, bro. I was getting off when it was dark outside, homie. I would go in and I would be in a warehouse all day, bro, away from the sun, working, sometimes staying after, and come out and it would be nighttime. Go home and go to sleep right away just to do it all again. Like, damn, bro. I'm kind of just refreshed. I feel like it's a new start. I feel like I can breathe. I feel like I have some new air in my lungs. And I ain't got to go deal with a stressful ass management that's above my head, tripping every single day, tripping on the smallest things, bro, tripping on the dumbest things. They were tripping on me and the homie talking sports. Like, why can't we talk sports? We're in Denver, homie. We're in Denver, Colorado, and you mad that we talking sports, the Colorado sports teams, because we're both big ass sports fans, but we're still working. But you're mad that we're laughing. Maybe because you start your own companies, homie, because like it's not worth it to be working for people anymore, bro. I'm to a point in my life. I know my worth, homie. I'm to a point. You got to create some income, bro, and be your own boss. Be self-efficient, because you don't want to be dealing with somebody that can just let you go at a drop of a dime, homie. You know? And I'm going to say this, homie. I'm going to say this, because since my YouTube, and them fools got the link to my channel now, and they're probably watching right now. You guys really, really need to start. You guys got to understand, homie, you can't push a person into a corner and expect them not to react. I'm not the type that, and this is the thing. I don't know if they talk everybody else like they were pieces of shit, bro. They just think that everybody that is like in the warehouse is a piece of shit, but you ain't gonna just talk to me like that. You can't just talk to me like that. If the police out there couldn't just talk to me like that, bro, police. I don't understand why just an ordinary fool that just maybe have a business thinks that he could talk to me like that. Like, are you smoking dope? Do you fool smoke fentanyl? And to the warehouse people, bro, to the warehouse people, if you're listening, because you probably are, hey, it was a pleasure working with all you guys, bro. Like, I met some great people over there, bro. Shout out to all you guys, homie. Like, shout out to you guys for the fools that go there on a regular, that deal with that shit, man. Shout out to you guys, because you guys made it. The only reason why I actually lasted the long time that I did is because I didn't actually wanted to leave. I didn't want to leave the cool homies, because I know how hard it took to build that community. So shout out to all you guys. What up? It's sad, cousin, because we don't have no time just for us at the end of the day. It's always slaving. That's why none in this country is not happy. No one in this country is happy. You're not definitely. The funny thing is employees make the company without the employee. And that's all they care about, cuz money, money. We made them a lot of money. And you can't tell me we didn't make them a lot of money. Second in the industry that they do. Out of every warehouse they had, our warehouse bring in the most money. Instead of like looking at that and say, hey, these dudes are still bringing in a lot of money, they're caring about somebody's dress attire. These fools will cry about boxes, bro. The box is not cut the right way. It looks disorganized in here. Like, bro, you do understand we are in a warehouse. Like, a warehouse is gonna get dirty. This was probably the stupidest complaint ever. The warehouse is unacceptable. It looks unacceptable. The warehouse is it's not straight. It's not forward straight. It's not, the box wasn't cut straight. Like, you're in a warehouse, bro. Like, you would have really had a temper tantrum on the warehouses I worked before, because them things was there. It was oily all over, bro. I worked in a warehouse where it was just dirty, bro. Bro, and I should be a little more mad, bro. I should be like 10 times more mad, but I'm sad that it ended like that, because I got to go get a job and all this stuff, bro, and I got to get my ID. But I'm actually relieved I don't have to deal with the stressful shit, bro. Like, it was hard on my mental, homie. Like, I don't know if they understood how hard it is on the workers' mental stress, bro. Like, all the workers, like, none of them other workers might not talk up for themselves, bro, and speak up for themselves, but every single worker would leave stressed out. And I don't even think they comprehend that shit, because they're so self-entitled to different things that they don't care. They didn't care about their workers, bro. They just cared about what you're gonna do. Let's get them orders out, people. They didn't care if you had a problem. My car died out Friday, right? My car was died, bro. I was on the side of the road Friday, bro. Instead of trying to fix the situation, and still said, let's get to work. Let's get to work. And I'm like, bro, you guys just are nonchalant about everything, bro. Everything. You're nonchalant. You know? I was over it, homie. Like, I'm actually relocating here soon. So to what they very much longer. I was gonna give them the summer, and I actually was headed out, really, to be truthful. But this is a blessing in disguise, because like, I didn't really, honestly, I had other things I could have been doing on a daily basis than going to deal with that stressful ass warehouse. You know, it was one of the most toxic environments I've been to, bro. If it wasn't for my coworkers and the cool motherfuckers, bro, like the cool fools over there, if it wasn't for them, bro, like stupid some of their rules were, bro, I would have went and jumped off a cliff. Just how I was feeling on a regular basis. But some of my coworkers were cool, bro, and they made it decent to be in that warehouse. So shout out to all the coworkers that are over there. You know who you are. You know who you are, Marauders. You know, shout out to you guys, man. You guys made it doable, you know? So that's what it is. What's up with y'all, man? It's tricky, but yeah. Nah, you got to do it. Plus, you learn how the biggest business works. Awesome. Yeah, so that's my day. That's how I'm starting now, man. You know, I don't know, bro. Like, we gonna see what life brings. I'm about to go hit this gym off, bro. But that's what it is, bro, for YouTube, man. That's why with the YouTube aspect, these fools really started watching my channel, bro. You know, they started watching the channel. They're like, this fool was on a live on Friday, bro. Why does it have to come to you can't be on a live on a Friday? This is Friday vibes. We went through a whole work week. We went through the work week, bro. On here, can I talk to the Box State business and say, hey, thank God it's Friday. Thank God we threw this work week without somebody, you know what I'm saying, getting mad. Man, y'all, maybe they was mad that they didn't have a YouTube or something, bro. Like, it's easy. You can just build a YouTube. You ain't got to be mad at my YouTube. You know, you ain't got to be mad at the Savage Sevs YouTube. Like, build your own YouTube. We could collab, man. If you build your own YouTube, I'll collab with you guys, man. We could collab. Know what it was. I know what it is, people. We did the basketball game. Remember we did that basketball game? I gave my link to a lot of people. So that's probably what it was, bro. That's how they got my YouTube. That's how they got my YouTube. They probably watched the live while I'm doing the live on Friday. They probably were invested in my live. And they didn't even come tell me Friday. They didn't even come tell me Friday that I could do it. They watched the whole live first thing in the morning. Like, as soon as we get to work, they're bringing me into the office and telling me, hey, you messed up. You weren't supposed to be on a live. We have secret product here. We got a secret warehouse we ain't supposed to let nobody in the public know about. I would have had a little more respect about the situation, but what they did was they got a whole half a day, a whole chapter, and sit me down in front of the court. That I put in all morning work-wise. I went to work all morning, and then you gonna bring me after lunch. You're going to bring me in after lunch to tell me we caught you slipping. You didn't really catch me slipping because I really didn't even care, really. I knew that there was a potential chance that actually this was going on because, like, I didn't think it was a big deal. But you know what? They never explained this before, and that's another thing is too, man. I never got explained that you couldn't, on your downtime and more of the slow. I didn't think it was a problem, bro, because I didn't think we actually had material that they didn't want people to know about. I didn't think it was a top secret warehouse. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing that for a lot. I was doing that for a long time. I was actually doing that for a minute. So now let's put the bag out of the bag out of the cat out of the bag. I was doing that for multiple days. I used to do that all the time over there. Lives, especially when it got boring over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know it was a big ass problem. You guys ever have problems like that? Shout out to the homies, man. I hope you guys are good. That bad business, bro. But karma's, yeah, nah, for real though, bro. Because at the end of the day, I'm a good ass worker, homie. I know my work ethic. And we get shit done regardless, homie. If I'm on the premises, we gonna get shit done. That's just the bottom line. You know, 4 different departments. You got will calls, you have transfers, you got regular orders, UPSs, and I don't think they understand, bro. Like, you're bouncing around so much doing the job for the company, and you're like in a total. You're in a roller coaster. You do not sit down, homie. Like, there was times I would just be walking and walking and walking and walking. You talk about getting your steps in. That's what I would be doing all the time. I would have sometimes 10 orders, bro, that I would be doing at one time, and then hear a will call and have to go run to the will call, then run back and make sure you get out all the orders by 5 o'clock, right? I would have, and I would do some of the bigger orders over there because a lot of the people over there couldn't lift a lot of weight, you know? So that's why, like, it's very important that you have a relationship with your coworkers for, you know, you could have some laughter, but they didn't want us to laugh. They just wanted us to be like, orders. I'm like, damn, dude. We're too scared to go on strike. If we all left, them companies for a damn day, their business would go to nah, for real, cuz for real. In this society, right? We got to pay bills and stuff, bro. So a lot of people are kind of like, I got to pay my bills, and I'm not coming at none of them because bills have to be paid. Your bills are still going to have to be paid. And I get it. You know, and then there's not a lot of people with heart out there that's going to basically go with the flow of things because they don't like confrontation. A lot of people don't like confrontation. So I'm going to be real with you, bro. In this whole situation, I'm passionate when I talk. Everybody knows this, right? I'm passionate. Half of the time, I'm not even aggressive. It's just how I talk when I get passionate. And I think people that ain't around people like me, the caliber of people like me, bro, they just take everything that I say as aggressive. So when I speak up for anything, it comes off aggressive. And it's not even aggressive. I'm not even trying to be aggressive. I'm not even trying to be. These dudes are passive aggressive because they look down on everybody because they made a gang of money, bro. And they're you know how it goes. When you got money, you look down on the people that are working for you. That you don't even look at them as people anymore. So they're passive aggressive. They'll talk to you indirect. They'll talk to you disrespectful in a polite way though. And I catch all the shit, bro. I'm not stupid. I know other people might not, it might go over other people's head, but like I catch when people are trying to belittle. I catch it all, bro. Like, and there's been many times, homie. There's been many times with that company, and I blew up on people over there. So when I spoke up over and over and over, I think they didn't like that shit either because it's kind of like coming against their authority. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't like anybody speaking up at all. But even in us speaking up, even when we spoke up for ourselves, nothing changed over there. They didn't care. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care that a fool is stressed out or you might be losing your spot. They don't care nothing about anything, bro. They don't care that you might be behind on some bills. I seen people behind on their bills and they're trying to deal with this and trying to get some money for the bills. And all they're worried about is that if you're on the phone. What's good with it, Rado? What's cracking with y'all, man? Hope everybody's good. Everybody's blessed. No, I don't have no hard feelings towards anybody over there, bro. I just think that it was just like crazy. I think that shit was wild, homie. And like I said before, your boy Savage, bro, I'm kind of like, I'm glad I'm away from the toxic environment, homie, because there was some toxic ass people over there. And I feel like I got some fresh air. I feel like I could breathe again, bro. And you know that saying, everything happens for a purpose. Everything, bro. So it's not really a biggie, because you're always gonna, when you're a person like me, you're always gonna strive for better, homie. And to be honest, I'm gonna be 100% with y'all, real with y'all, right? What do I look like, homie, working in a damn warehouse for some no positivity? They didn't appreciate shit, right? What do I look like working for them and putting my heart and sweat, tears out for them? No, I'm not doing it. I can't do it, bro. I can't do that. No, bro. I got to get away from that shit, bro. It's me, the homie from 5 Point. Yeah, what's up with it, Rada? How you doing, man? I see the picture. What's good with you, my bro? So we gonna see, man. We gonna see what the road brings, bro. We gonna see what the road brings. Shout out to the Box State business, man. Shout out to everybody that supports. Shout out to everybody that was on that live, man. Y'all some great people, bro. So now I'm about to go hit this gym off, and then I gotta get on this ID hunt because this situation happened, unfortunately, right? They let me go from my job because of YouTube. And then my ID, I have to go renew my ID. So right when I got home, you already know I started making calls about work. And I need my ID to go work. So I have an appointment to go renew my ID. This is another thing too, bro. This is another thing is too. When you work for places like that, when do you have time to actually go take care of like personal situations? I've been having to go take care of my ID for a minute and just and me being stressed out about attendance and stuff, because that's what they were doing. Like it was about attendance. I felt like I could never go get my ID, my driver's license, bro. I felt like I never could go get that and renew it. Now I have a little bit of time to go do that. I've been with my job for 5 years. They let me call off whenever I want, bro. It's kind of nice. Hell yeah, yeah, that's good, bro. If you put in work and you've been over there loyal to that, you deserve that shit. You deserve that shit all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard this true statement from somebody that worked his whole life, right? They say, hey, bro, if you work for a company and you've been loyal to a company and you need to take days off, don't ever feel guilty about taking days off, especially if if you've been put blood, sweat, and tears into that company. Don't ever feel guilty to take days off because in reality, bro, you're at them jobs more than you're even at your house. You're at them jobs more than you're at your house, bro. So you never feel guilty for taking days off, bro. Like you need, like, your mental is very important in life, homie. Like, to everybody, your mental is very important because when you don't have the right mental, then that's when you start going crazy and going off the edge with shit, bro. Do it on your phone. Yeah, I got an appointment already, man. Yeah, really be passionate for real. You always kept it for real, for sure. Yeah, I gotta keep it real, bro. I really gotta keep it 100, bro. I can't be fake. Like, that's one thing about me, bro. Maybe that's the problem. I'm too real when it comes to different things, homie. I'm not a yes man. Like, I'm not ever gonna be just a yes man. Yes, yes, sir. Yes. No, I can't. That's not me, bro. That's not me. You know what the funniest thing was, bro? You know what the funniest and most hilarious thing was? Is that they tried to give me this spiel one time about I was a leader of the warehouse. I was a leader of the warehouse and they wanted me to help get the other workers in line. I'm looking at myself like, do I get paid? Do I actually get paid to be in that position to get other workers? I need a raise. If I'm going to be doing that shit, I need a raise. Second of all, people, these fools are grown ass men, homie. These fools, yes, they'll respect me to a certain point, but come on, man. These fools are grown ass men with kids. This is not gang. This is not gang banging. These are not my little homies. I'm just gonna go up like, hey, cuz, you better go get them lines. No, it doesn't work like that, bro. Yes, man, they can follow my lead. They can follow my lead, but you got to understand too, a lot of these people, a lot of these youngsters in the warehouse, they're like way younger than me. They're in their 20s, bro. And there was a couple of fools around the same age group, bro, that they're youngsters, bro. What do you don't want? You don't, I don't know. You should have never hired the younger generation because the youngsters, they're always going to play. Especially these youngsters, they were going to play. They were going to have a good time. And that shit kept me young because, like, I'm going into my 40s, right? Them silly ass little fools, man. Don't ever, and if they're watching, don't ever lose that about yourself, your youth. You know, laugh, homie. Like, life's too short to not be laughing. Don't be mad at anything, bro. Like, be you and just laugh, homie. Like, laugh at everything. That's why, like, a lot of times I could laugh. I could laugh with the youngsters because I'm like, yeah, these fools right now, this is the only thing getting us through our day, homie. These funny ass little fools. And my crazy ass, I'm gonna play back and I'm gonna make motherfuckers laugh too. And they didn't like that shit. They just wanted you to look down, bro. They wanted you to go like, oh, work, 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 work. They did not want nobody to laugh. Who wants to take somebody's joy, bro? You gotta be a demented person that you don't want people to have joy. They don't want us to laugh. You gotta be a real piece of work if you don't want somebody to laugh, homie. You can just go onto my Colorado ID and put your name, your birthday, and everything, and it should pop up right away. Nice, 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 nice. You're in 85, baby, too. Hell yeah. 85, baby. Let's go, man. The best years to be born. 80s. You know, if you were born in the 80s, you know. Hey, shout out to the people too, man. I gotta say this because there was a handful of people from the company that called and checked up on me, bro. I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you guys because I've made some good friendships over there, bro. And you guys will always be, you'll always be, you know what I'm saying? Remembered as the individuals, bro, that actually, you know, made it worthwhile to go to work, homie. Like that was the only bright spot, the bright part of the whole day is to go to work and see the homies, see the homegirls that worked over there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homegirls too. You know, it's no hard feelings towards you guys. You guys definitely made it worth going to work. Hey, one of the homegirls that worked over there, bro, shout out to her. She knows who she is. She used to be, she's a go-getter, homie. Like, I got to give her props. They got so mad at her for talking to somebody else. They moved her whole stations, bro. They moved her away from everything, bro. They didn't want them to talk, right? And laugh and have joy. So they moved her all the way to another station where she couldn't talk to nobody. And she still came to work, did her thing. Shout out to her work ethic and all that, bro. But you could tell the whole atmosphere with her, she wasn't feeling that shit, bro. And they don't even see what they really did. They just kind of just made it hard to even want to come work. Yeah, let me say that. It was hard to come work for that company on a daily basis and keep your smile on your face and keep your sanity, bro. Because you just come in there, you could be having the most happiest day. Soon as you walk in that warehouse, just certain people would just make you be like, bro, I don't even want to be here. I don't even want to be here right now, bro. Because you just see people and you're just like, these fools just are some weirdos. These fools be tripping. These fools be tripping, bro. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, user idea, fam. I did, my rada. I'm gonna drink this. I'm gonna go enjoy my workout, man. So see, this is you guys wonder how a lot of people have asked me. A lot of people have asked me how I got bigger. Shit like this. I'm about to go crush some weight because I got a lot of built up aggression. I'm about to go crush some weight. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go crush some weight, knock out this weight pile. I'm going to take all my aggression out on these weights. I'm going to go get a nice session in. So, yeah, that's what it is, man. Sorry about your situation. Nah, bro, it's an unfortunate situation, my fam. It is, you know, but you live and learn, homie. And one thing about me, I'm gonna bounce back 10 times more. I'm not tripping on it. Like, I'm not down in the dumps. Like previous jobs that situations happen like this, I was down in the dumps, bro. I was down in the dumps, homie, because, you know, it just hit fast. I mean, you know, it's a situation that would hit fast. Boom. This situation, bro, it hit fast, but I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Like the environment, it was not even the work was hard at all, homie. The environment, just the people that make up the company, they would actually stress you out to a point where you would just, sometimes people were like, I don't even want to be here no more, bro. Like, you know, so it was the environment. It was how they treat the people. It was how everything you do was not good enough. Everything. You could be doing everything. You could be doing everything that impossibility to make everything go in a rightful manner, but somehow it was not good enough. Somehow getting out product and making this much money was not good enough because you might be laughing with your coworkers. And they said that shit in a meeting one time. I'm like, so you guys just blessed the profit that people bring in from you, and you don't really make profit unless you have orders go out, right? But then in the same sense, you're talking about laughing and socializing with your coworkers. So it's just like, what? So that's what you're worried about is that's what you're worried about the most is socializing with your coworkers that you work with and having a good day, having a good day, homie. And then you don't see the money that's coming into the company, and that's what you're focused in on is the socializing from the workers that's getting out your orders. That's what you're mad about. Yeah, you guys got to rethink what your priorities are and why you would be mad. That just don't make no sense, bro. Like, you want us just to be bitter, beer face, bro. Let's just be mad at life. You mad at me for being happy, man. It's instead of being mad at me for socializing with my coworkers and having a good day, maybe you should say, hey, this fool showed up to work. These dudes showed up to work. They're here when they could have been somewhere totally different. I am Crit. What's up with it, Rodders? What up with it, Ride? How you guys doing, man? You know, I think they just focused on like the craziest things, bro. And yes, I actually I pinpointed to like not working out. And this is the truthful. Like, I believe this. Like, when you get older, bro, your testosterone levels drop. You gotta put testosterone. You gotta do them legs, homie. You gotta get that body working, homie. And when you get older, you start building more estrogen, bro. And it's not a disrespectful thing, but you start building the female chemical when you don't actually stay fit. You do, bro. And some people don't know how to deal with that estrogen. And like, I'm not trying to call anybody a female or not. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to say that's what I actually in this world. That's what I actually pinpoint a lot of emotional men. I pinpoint that you got a lot of estrogen in your body. You don't even know. But what you can do for yourself is go to a testosterone clinic and see your levels, because you might not even know you have estrogen. You got a lot of estrogen in your body, and it's making you emotional. If you get emotional about dudes, your people that work for you actually having a good time, you might have a lot of estrogen in your body, bro. You might, if that's what irks you and you get pissed at that and you get emotional about it, you might want to go get that shit checked. It's actually very, very serious, bro. You don't want, we have a bunch of people around this world that got a lot of estrogen in their body, bro. Males wise. And yes, you're gonna have estrogen, bro, but you don't want to have so much estrogen you're moody, and you know, you have the characteristics of a female. Let females be females and men be men, bro. Like, that's all I'm saying. And I felt like every day, bro, I would walk in the warehouse and it would be just a lot of women. It would be like a lot of women in there, homie. I felt like I worked amongst all women at times, bro, except the very few that they know they the riders, bro. Shout out to them. But I felt like everybody was on their menstrual cycles. That's how I felt. I felt helpless, bro. And then when I'm trying to, actually, I'm just trying to bring some masculinity and show the youngsters good work ethic, be a strong-willed person. Don't let anybody knock down your energy. They didn't know how to take that. They were like, you're a masculine, toxic masculinity. But you live and learn, man. You can't be mad at it. I'm not mad at it, bro. There's something better. There's something good out there, I don't know, homie. We here though. All we could do. Oh, and this is the thing is, man, don't like to anybody that's watching it at that company, bro. I'm just venting, bro. Like, I'm the one that's laid off. I know you guys are going to use this against me because you guys are peeking and not speaking. We say that all the time. I know you guys have to be watching my YouTube because like you knew that I was on a live. Plus one of the homies over there, shout out to him. He said, I watched the video. So I know you guys are watching this live right now and you guys are supposed to be working. You're doing exactly what you said we're not supposed to be. But I promise you, you guys are probably watching my live right now while you're supposed to be working. I'm just venting though. I'm just venting, man. I'm the one that got let go. So don't be too mad at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just venting. I'm just telling, on this beautiful day, Tuesday, hey, this is a different look too. I get to actually see the sun, bro. Um, you're disdain for greatness, my homie. Yeah, Mall High Salute. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I mesh with my subscribers, man. Because they always got some motivational things to say, bro. And that's real talk. Greatness. But don't be too mad at me, bro. I'm just venting, man. You know, I gotta get this out, bro. The wound is open right now. So I'm just, I still got the wound, bro, and I'm trying to figure out how to deal with it. Do I go start a new business? Because this type of shit will actually put stuff in perspective. I need to go start my own business. I need to go start my own business, man. I don't want to work for people, homie. This company, bro, made millions of dollars. I'm talking about they have like, let me see, they have the Las Vegas branch, they got the Arizona branch, they got the Sacramento branch, the Utah branch. They're starting a branch in Dallas. They got the Denver branch. Where else do they got branches at? I think they got Texas. So they have like 7, 8 branches, bro. And all these branches make millions of dollars, bro. The branch that Denver brings in, the money that Denver brings in, bro, they're second to like the biggest branch, and Utah's like the biggest branch. Denver is making the second most money, bro. And it's millions, fool. Millions. Making millions for these people, bro. Busting your ass on me on a regular basis. Being at the job site every single day for the most part. And they worried about us having some fun and laughing. They're worried about us smiling in the warehouse, talking amongst our coworkers that we work with. Bro, there's a female in there, and she's cool. You know what I'm saying? She's a good person. She's been working there for a minute, but you could tell that company done programmed her, because she works amongst us, and sometimes she'll just walk by you, bro, and just won't even say nothing to her coworkers, bro, with the most mad face in there. And I'm like, damn, they got your ass programmed. They got your ass. You are programmed. And then there's another homie in there. Shout out to him, bro, because I don't know how he did it for 30 plus years. That fool, all he does is just go work. He don't say 2 words a day. He programmed. They got his ass a long time ago. And he a good dude, bro, because I had a couple conversations with him. I definitely, shout out to him and what he does. But I definitely couldn't be that individual that just goes to work and just puts his head down all day and just works and don't say nothing to nobody. Bro, that I can't do it. That's not me. I said, they got the homie. What up, Alfred? What's good with you, man? What up with the sports critic? Mall High Salute. Yeah, I got let go because of YouTube, my homies. I got let go because of YouTube. So don't say I never did anything for the community, man. I was just trying to come talk to the homies. They let my ass go. My job said, we caught your ass slipping on the live stream. They let me go because of YouTube, man. And I wasn't even really doing nothing. I was just saying what's up to the community, bro. I was just saying what's up to the community. What's up with it, Alf? What's up with it, Valdez? What's good with it, sports critic? Mall High Salute. Minor setback, yeah, for a major comeback. Now that's a real shit right there. What up, Big G? You will get something way better. How? Yeah, nah, real shit, bro. I hope everybody's blessed. You got fired for that. Yeah, man. Well, that's like the initial situation. They brought me in and caught me slipping on the live, and somebody told on me. Like, somebody told on me, actually. They said it. Somebody came and said you were on a live. So they got my link, homie. They got my link, and then they told on me. And they said that he was on a live. So they brought me in. And they started talking to me. They had a Zoom call and everything, bro. You got fired for YouTube. For real, bro. So they had a Zoom call from one of the homies, one of the dudes that are in Seattle. And then they sat me down and they started talking to me like I'm a little ass kid, like, yeah, we can't have this and this and this. And this is what really got me fired, to be honest, is that I started speaking up for myself. And I got a little angry because I'm like, bro, I'm in my mind, I'm like, all the shit that goes on in the warehouse, there's other shit that's going on in the warehouse. And you are coming and you're singling me out of everybody, out of everything that goes on, and you're singling me out, right? And I'm a hard ass worker, bro. Like I literally try to go work. I don't go to play. And because I kind of like got a little, like I kind of raised my voice a little bit, they let me go, and then they came and said that we have to let you go. So basically, bro, it was all that in one. But this is the thing. For a minute there, homie, they already had a situation with me. They already had a couple situations with me because I don't let them just talk to me anyway. I don't let them just treat me anyway. I speak up for myself. So it was already building up to this. So when I was cleaning out my locker, they like walk you out. They actually walk up and two of them fools try to like act like they were gonna walk me out, and I turned around like, don't stand behind me, bro. Like, you don't even have to walk me out. And they kind of just like were like, well, we have to. So it was leaving that place was kind of, you know, it was there was a lot of tension in the air, you know. And it was all because I was doing a live stream. Really, it was all because I was doing a live stream on some downtime. Top secret. You're in a top secret location. That's what they said. That I kind of went against their trust of the company. And I want to put this out there like this, just in case they're watching this and then down the road they try to say something, bro. I never said anything bad about like the just and the foundation of the company. I'm just telling you from a point of view. I'm just speaking up. So, you know, I'm not disrespecting the company in any way. I'm just telling the problems that I've actually dealt with when I was over there. These are personal experiences that I've dealt with when I was over there. And that's all I'm saying right now. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm putting it out there. It's not about disrespecting. It's about putting awareness to what the situation really is. Because I feel like this is really unjust. It's like an injustice thing, bro. Like I got the short end of the stick of something, bro. And I'm just kind of explaining the atmosphere over there. You know, I'm explaining, bro, it was hella toxic. It was a place where it was not fun to work with. It was not fun to work there, homie. Like, it was not a pleasant environment to work, bro. It was not joyful. It was not entertaining. Like, the way they were trying to make it, it was stressful, homie. It was a headache. There was times I would leave there and I would just be so stressed out because we still had orders on the board and that's all they cared about. Or this was another thing is too, because you're over there, you're kind of judged by a number game, bro. Like you have to have so many numbers a week. This is the bullshit aspect. If you went to look at my numbers for the numbers of March, bro, I had over 200,000 product line aspect of numbers, right? Some of the more higher numbers, 200,000, homie. There's a youngster in there, and I was telling him this. You get a lot of lines every week, bro, but don't base yourself off of the lines, because as soon as you don't get that high of numbers every single week, they're gonna act like you're not succeeding at your job title, and you're not succeeding. Like, so them lines, don't let it start diluting your mind like you're doing something important, because that's the truth is, bro. Like, you can have lines, and then the next week you don't get that many amount of lines. They're gonna say how bad your work is. They're gonna say how terrible your work is. So you can't feed into that line shit, you know. And that's what they said it was all about, your lines. But you can't feed in that. You can't feed into it and think you're about something because you get all them lines. Because just like this, they let your boy go. Just like this, there was many different times where they would complain about homie's work ethic when he had the most lines out of a lot of people. That fool would get constantly the most lines, bro, and they still complain about stuff with him. They still complain about situations with that dude, bro. When he had the most lines out of the whole every warehouse worker, they would complain about that dude, bro. And I'm like, what? How are you guys complaining about this shit? This fool gets 1,400 lines every week, order-wise. And the very next week, after all the weeks that he does this, because he don't get that many lines, now he's a little kid and this younger generation, and he's lazy. It's like, bro, that's why I never fed into the lines, bro. Them lines were imaginary to me. I fed into how much work I was doing on a regular basis. The heavy shit. Because there was a lot of people in there that didn't like to do heavy shit. It's not nothing to me to put some heavy shit away. It's not nothing to me to do a whole car to put away. You know, or I'll just say number. Yeah, hey, what's up, sis? How you doing? Yeah, hell yeah, we are. That's all we are. We are just a number to these people, man. And that's why it's so conducive to run your own business. Start something that will accumulate income and start your own business, bro. Yeah, jobs like that suck ass. I've never actually experienced a job like that where the environment's so toxic, bro, where it's just like the work is not hard at all, but just the toxic environment, the people that you work around, they make it hard. I never experienced that till this job. I've worked at many different warehouses where it was more serious because they put out panels for construction sites and shit. And I worked in even in them places where it was serious, it was never a place where I didn't want to go to work because the people that ran it, bro. You get what I'm saying? Get into a trade. I am, bro. Like I'm in the process, homie, to be real. In a couple months, homie, some months, I'm taking a trip outside of Colorado. After the show, bro, like I'm gonna take a little trip outside of Colorado. I got that show June 1st. So if you guys are in Colorado, man, you guys pull up to the show. June 1st, bro, I'm performing. It's going down. June 1st, y'all pull up, bro. I got tickets, everything. But after that, I'm gonna take a little trip outside of the city limits, bro. I'm gonna go make some money in Utah, in different places, bro. You know what I'm saying? I gotta figure that out. But I'm gonna start looking into traits, homie, and running different businesses and shit, homie. You know, because I want to run my own business. I don't want to work for people, homie. I don't. I'm tired of making all these companies big money, homie, and they don't appreciate. They only appreciate you for the time that you make them that money. So if you bring them in a lot of money that week, they love you. But as soon as it slows down, they really just don't care. Like they don't really have anything for you. And I'm tired of that shit, bro. Like, honestly. I used to look at the top people over there, the highest dude. I used to look at the highest dude, homie. And this dude will walk around, and he was in that meeting too. He will walk around with his nose in the air and like wouldn't even talk to the warehouse people, bro. He would literally put his nose in the air, and you might get one word out of this dude. But I'm like, damn, bro, I'm looking at this dude, and that shit really just irked me because he didn't have nothing to say to the warehouse workers, really. He would walk and just look over them, bro. Like he's just entitled. And it's like, and then you have the most to say about what's going on in the warehouse, and you're not even in the warehouse at all. Like you're not even in the warehouse at all. Like you don't spend time in the warehouse at all, but you're going to come tell us what's wrong with the warehouse and what you think needs to be done. Like, bro, you don't even know what's going on in this place because you don't even take time. Like, you're not willing even to have a conversation with people because you just are entitled up here. Like, bro, do you understand, homie? If it ain't for your workers and the people, like, you wouldn't even be in the position that you are. I just can't. I don't know. That irked me a lot, homie. Like, there was no people skills with that dude because he was the top head honcho, and it made me not to even want to work for a person like that, bro. Because it was like, dude, you don't even have nothing to say to your workers that are busting their ass all day. All right, you cool. Say if I can get you a number. Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Hey, if you guys have any if you have any job leads, let me know too. Cause it's time to put in work. I just gotta get this ID. I gotta get this ID and I'll have it like next week, bro. And then I already have 2 job offers, but right now, homie, what I think I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna actually do research into what I really want to do, homie. Cause I don't want to just jump into something that just I kind of like ain't feeling, bro. Like, I want to jump into something that I actually might want to actually build with and push myself to actually become something bigger in an aspect of a company, you know? Yeah, in a toxic environment, my job, I work at a, yeah, a lot of them a lot of the warehouse aspect, bro, is always going to be toxic, homie. It's always going to be in a toxic environment. Yeah, so you know what it is, man. But hey, shout out to all you guys, bro. I appreciate everybody. See, they can't stop it, man. We still got to grind. Look at that. I'm at the gym. Absolute. Definitely. Check out Reeves Spanish Services. It's HVAC, but the pay is good and would definitely set you up to run your own. Yeah. I'm gonna screenshot that right now, man. Let me screenshot that for I can have some ideas. I'll say this last but not least. I'm gonna say this. Hey, this is real talk too, and I'll leave you guys with this. This is why, honestly, this is why I cannot put a blind eye to my faith, right? I can't put a blind eye to my faith because as soon as I got off work, I got a wife, homie. See, like, this is why my wife is such a rider, homie. Because you know the situation. You get laid off as a man, homie. You might feel like, damn, bro, like, I gotta go tell this to my wife. You provide for your family, bro. That's what we do. You know what my wife did as soon as I got home, bro? She hugged me and said, "Hey, it's gonna be all right. We're gonna get through this shit." And then she literally sent me a Bible verse about spiritual warfare, homie, coming against a person that actually is trying to live life right? And yesterday I was getting hit with so much bad news, bro. Bad news in the morning. I woke up to bad news. I was just in a bad mood, bro. And God knows, bro, and everybody around me knows how I've been striving my last year, bro. Like, to just be an individual that tries to be good, homie. But these last week, bro, I've been going through a lot of shit, homie. And spiritual warfare, homie. Like, we don't even know that there's a spiritual warfare out here against, like, our lives, bro. Like, a lot of people don't even understand this, that you might not even believe in God, bro, but there's a spiritual warfare, especially if you have something to offer this world. You're always going to get hit with the spiritual aspect, homie. And this Bible verse, it talked about how when you're an important figure and you have the ability to actually be a vessel in God's kingdom, you're going to get hit with spiritual warfare all the way around. And I've been getting hit, bro, left and right, to a point where a normal person would already went off the deep end, homie. And my old self, I would have went to start tripping. And I almost went into that character yesterday because I really wanted to trip with fools, bro. I really wanted it before even work. I really wanted to get on some like gang banging and trip with fools, bro. I was in that mood, homie. But that Bible verse open a perspective, homie. When you're doing good, homie, you're gonna get hit 10 times more from the spiritual aspect, especially when you're really trying to believe in faith, homie. And then you know what? My wife, she was like, King, you're good. My wife straight said, King, you're good. We gonna make it through this shit. Something opened up last night, bro, off of prayer. My wife started praying, and then somebody called us out of nowhere and had some good news about different things, bro. And I'm like, and this is the second time in the last 2 weeks, bro, spiritual aspect. My car died, bro. Like last week, I was on the side of the road, homie. I was so mad because this is my lifeline, right? We get to the house, bro. They pray over the whip, and you could ask the homie Ghost that be on here. They pray over the whip. One of her friends from the church pray over the whip. And there was a clarity in my wife's mind what it was. It was a spark plug, and then the aspect of gas, right? The lowest part of gas, bro, and it started up right away. And it's just like, damn, homie, like, it's crazy. It's just mind blowing. But starting your own business and being your own boss is the way to go. Hey, what up, Robert? So, in saying that, man, God bless all you guys, bro. God bless everybody. You know, shout out to everybody. It's time to regroup. Can't stop, won't stop. You know, and that's what it is, man. I hope everybody's blessed. I hope everybody has a good day. I'm headed in this gym. And to the next one, man. You know what it is. Let's go. Yak 'em.